Hello, guys. Today is Thanksgiving 2021, and I'm going to be doing something that it needs to be done. We need to go ahead and do the oil change in my 2018 4Runner Limited, and I'm going to go ahead and set up everything, what we need, the tools that we need, and I'm going to walk you guys step by step everything that is needed for the oil change. So the first thing is, let's go ahead and switch the camera here so you guys can see what is it that we need. All right. Okay. So the first thing we're gonna need is to actually open the hood, and on the driver's side you are going to see the actual oil cap, and the oil that we're gonna be using is 0W20. Toyotas now recommend all synthetic, so that's what I'm going to be using. Here on the passenger side, you're going to find the dipstick, and that's for us to check the oil. And here I'm going to actually lift the car with some ramps, but I like to always use some safety. So therefore, I'm going to put this underneath the car. And of course, we have Max always in the videos. The oil that I'm going to be using is the Mobile One, and it's going to be the 0W20. The 4Runner will actually need a total of 6.5 liters. So I have 5 here, I have 2 here. In addition to that, we need the oil filter, and the oil filter is here, Mobile One. We're going to need some tools. So I have a set of tools here. Wrench, oil pan, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna get underneath the car and we're gonna take some stuff out. So let me go ahead and start working on that and get everything set up. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this step by step. Okay, so we went ahead and lifted the car, but we have to do safety first, and I'm going to put this underneath in case something happens. I'm going to set it up right here. So I'll set it up there. And I like to put stuff on the back, so I'm going to put some weight. Put it right here. I think we need one more. I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, So we have that. Okay, let's go ahead and see what else we need. Okay, so now we are underneath the car, and right here, I believe is the actual oil pan plug. So let's go ahead and take that out, and you are going to need a size 12 socket, and a wrench, and let's go ahead and get this going. And I don't think I'm gonna go ahead and take it all the way, but right here is the socket for the oil plug or the oil pan, and you will need, so it's too small, we have to go ahead and get one that is bigger and also an extension as well as the actual oil pan. All right, let's go ahead and do this. So to be able to get the plug out, you actually have to use a size 14 socket with a little bit of an extension, and it is right here. So I want to go ahead and very go ahead and move it. Make sure your oil pan is in place. Also, you need a little bit of a rag so we don't make a mess here. So let's go ahead and set this up. So here it goes. Quick. All right. So it's now draining, and let's go ahead and drain the whole thing. Here's the plug. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the side. Also, one thing that we need to do, we actually have to unplug, or actually take the cap off right here so it drains even faster. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on top. So it's right there. So I took the cap off, I put it right here. Make sure you account for everything. Let's go ahead and see how it's draining. There you go. It is draining. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let that drain and keep moving, okay? All right, guys, so the oil is pretty much done draining. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and clean it up a little bit more. Just clean it up here. And I'm going to replace the plug right here. I'm going to do it by hand first. Hand. Okay. Then once it's done by hand, I like to further clean it. Make sure there's nothing there. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and make the bolt tight, and for that I'm going to use a 35-pound wrench, or that the torque is 35 pounds. Don't forget that you're gonna use a size 14, and you're gonna go towards the right. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it here. Okay. And that's it. It clicked at 35 pounds. That's it. Okay. And excuse me, it's 30 pounds. Sorry, 30 pounds. So I'm going to go ahead and clean it up. Next step, I'm going to replace the skid plate. That's right here. To clean it up. I'm gonna go ahead and do that here. I'm gonna do it by hand. Okay. And for that, we're gonna use a size 12. So I'm gonna go ahead and do size 12. Remember, right tighty, left loosey. So I'm gonna go ahead and do just hand tight. And right here, the same thing. I'm gonna do it by hand first. Okay. And do it here. Do it hand tight. Okay. Hand tight. Perfect. So done. Our next step is we have to go ahead and change the oil filter. So the oil filter is actually on, it's gonna be on the front skid plate. So the front skid plate is right here. Let's see if we can take a look at it. So we're gonna go ahead and this is the front skid plate. And we're going to remove this screw right here. It's gonna be size 10. This one is missing for somehow. It's missing, and we're gonna go ahead and remove this one right here, this one right here. So let's go ahead and get working on it. Loosen them up. The first one, well, there's supposed to be one here, but it's somehow it's not there. Then the next one is gonna be right here. So let's go ahead and remove that one. It's a size, There's a size 12 there. So it is a size 12, and this one. Okay. Be very careful because once it gets loosened, it may fall on you. So I'm just I'm not going to take it out all the way. Then you're gonna do the same right here. I'm gonna go ahead and move it a little more that way. So it's actually right there on the opposite side. That one fell. Then we have one on the opposite side, which is right here. That one is a size 10. Oops. side. Okay, I'm gonna remove this one. Okay, now it's completely loosened, so be careful. And we're going to go ahead and remove this. Okay, so now we can see that once you remove the skid plate, right here is the oil filter housing. I'm going to go ahead and remove that and replace the oil filter. So the things that I'm having somewhat of a difficult time getting rid of the skid plate. So let me see if I can do it without removing the skid plate completely. All right, let me go ahead and work on it, okay? All right, guys, so I ended up changing the oil and removing the oil filter cap was a nightmare. So what I did, I have a bunch of oil caps remover stuff. So removing the skid plate, the metal skid plate, was pretty hard. I ended up removing it. I also used this very small oil cap remover, and the size that I have here is 65 over 67. It worked okay. I replaced the oil filter and I'm done with the oil. I went ahead and put about 6.5 liters. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the car and go from there. Don't forget to remove this when you are doing the oil change. Then I have already replaced the oil, so make sure you put the cap on. So just hand tight, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and remove this, and I'm gonna put it over here. I'm going to go ahead and get everything off so it's nice and clean. The next thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the car, let it run for about 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and get it off the ramp right here, and don't forget to go ahead and recycle the oil wherever, or the place that the outer part that you got the oil from. Make sure you go ahead and recycle it. It's the correct thing to do. Okay, guys, I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and this is one of the things that I like to do. I like to do my own maintenance. I save money and I learn at the same time. All right, guys, this was the oil change for a 2018 4Runner Limited, Toyota 4Runner Limited all-wheel drive. Thank you, guys.